care about the children. I just care about their parents' money.
This is it right now. Nintendo has freaking gone way too far now with their freaking Nintendo Switch online service. So yeah, today I'm going to be discussing about all this online service and basically making a rant video about it. So yeah, let's quickly get into it. So the online service is coming out in 3 days, freaking 3 days, and we have to pay $20 a year, and we are getting crap for just paying $20 a year. We're getting NES games, and NES games, a lot of people have already played all these NES games that they're giving us. No matter even if they're like giving us even more NES games than on like virtual console for like the Wii, DS, 3DS, and like Wii U, it doesn't really matter because a lot of us have played it. And the only game that I would probably play is like Super Mario Bros. 3. But even then, like, why not Super NES games? At the very least, Super NES games. This is bullcrap, Nintendo. At least give us that. At the very least, Super NES games. Because at least on Super NES, we have games like Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, F-Zero, Metroid, and etc. And a variety of other games. So why the heck is it so difficult for you to give us other games? And why didn't you even announce at least Super NES games, or maybe even announce GameCube games or N64 games coming soon at that Nintendo Direct? Why didn't you do that? Why? What the frick? What paywall is this? This is like an absolute paywall. Especially since that you, Nintendo, you don't even use dedicated servers. And dedicated servers, I would understand why you would actually have an online service because they're dedicated servers. But you use peer-to-peer pressure. So why do we have to pay for that? That is unacceptable. Because peer-to-peer pressure, I'm pretty sure you don't really have to pay that much. It's not even close to the cost of actual like servers. So why do we have to pay for that? Especially since on like 3DS, Wii, and Wii U, there were peer-to-peer pressure games and you didn't have to pay a freaking thing for that. And even on PC, there are peer-to-peer games and you don't have to pay a single thing just to play those games on PC. So this is messed up. This is bull. Nintendo, you just need to stop. This is bad. This is ridiculous. And the online service app, oh my. The online service app, watching that Nintendo Direct was dreadful when they showed us the online service app. Like, oh my. This is ridiculous. This cycle was like, why? Why? Man, this online service app is like, why do I have to download an app on my phone and pay $20 a year for this if I could easily just call my friends on my phone or even just use Discord to talk to other people, and I could do that all for free. I could simply just type in my friend's phone number on my actual phone without the online app and talk to my friends, and that's even better voice chat than the online app would ever give you. So the fact that they're even advertising this is messed up. They should not advertise this. This thing should just go away. Like, screw this. I think it's kind of cool though that you can do like extra stuff with the online app. Like for like stuff like Splatnet, you can actually like do some stuff that you can't do in the game itself. And you can like deliver like certain items or something like that. I'm fine with stuff like that with the online app. But like with the online app, like using voice chat and stuff, especially since that's the only way to use voice chat, that's unexcusable. Like, the original Xbox had better online service stuff than the Nintendo Switch. Wow. Just wow. That is sad. Nintendo is digging their grave now when it comes to the online service. Like, man, why? Why can't I use a headset? Even Fortnite has actual voice chat on the system itself. And even the Wii U had better online functionality than the Switch. The Switch doesn't even have an internet browser because they want to avoid hacking and stuff. But the thing is, you can hack your Nintendo Switch. You can like do stuff like mod Super Mario Odyssey. So I don't really see a reason why there's no internet browser. And there's not even Netflix or YouTube. Why is that not even there? Like the 3DS even had actual like Netflix and YouTube, even though you probably would never use it, especially since the resolution of the 3DS is like 240p, and who would ever watch anything on YouTube or Netflix on the 3DS, especially since the resolution is so low, and yet you could just watch it on your TV or anything. Like for the 3DS, Nintendo didn't really care. they let Netflix and YouTube be on the 3DS anyways, even though probably no one on the 3DS really actually use a Netflix. I mean, I only use like Netflix and YouTube like 1 or like 3 times and stuff, but that was still cool that that stuff was there, because they actually were like went the extra mile and put it on this, because playing stuff like that on the 3DS was really unnecessary, but there's still stuff like that. And like even like for like the Switch, you don't even have that. And yeah, that would be like a great way to actually watch that, because like the Switch has like a 720p screen, so it's like in HD and it's portable, so you can basically watch YouTube videos and Netflix on the go on your Switch. But why isn't that even possible on the Switch? Like, why is it that even if you buy the online service, you still can't do basic stuff like that? Like, you can't even message your friends on the actual Nintendo Switch. This is like, man, I freaking like, I was so pissed off when they just like when they told us about this whole Nintendo Switch online service at the Nintendo Direct. Because at the Nintendo Direct, they told us nothing new. They repeated everything that we already knew about this whole entire online service. So why the frick is this even a thing? Like, why don't they add anything new? Because like even before the Nintendo Direct, a lot of people were having issues with it, even in 2017. Like, people had issues with the online app and stuff, and people just bashed that thing so freaking hard. And even the most hardcore Nintendo fans who defend Nintendo on a lot of things just dislike this whole entire Nintendo Switch online service. Like, if you look on Nintendo's YouTube channels, like if you go Nintendo UK and Nintendo of America, you will see that they got tons of dislikes over the likes that they have on those videos about the online service. So yeah, that is like a clear indication that a lot of people hate this online service. And even though you can make the argument that it's only 20 bucks, that doesn't mean a thing, especially if you're not getting too much out of it. Like, why should I pay 20 bucks? Like, man, 20 bucks? Why just 20 bucks? Like, I'd be fine like paying 60 bucks at the very most if it actually had a bunch of stuff with the online service, like Xbox or PS4, then I would gladly buy it, because I'm getting a lot of stuff with the online service for that. Even though it may be like a little bit overpriced, still in the end worth it, because you get a lot of stuff with it. But with Switch, however, it's basically a huge scam and a paywall. This is like the shadiest thing ever. And some weird things that they glossed over at the Nintendo Direct that I was like, why didn't they actually mention this stuff? And why did they skip these little details? Like, for like Splatoon 2, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and games like that, you cannot even use cloud backup save data. So like, if people don't know this, like maybe like a casual person wouldn't know this, and since Nintendo isn't like actually like telling you that certain games aren't compatible with it, then people are going to get pissed when their Switch is broken, because the cloud backup save data would not be compatible with Splatoon 2 and games like that. So that is like a huge downside. In Splatoon 2, it's like a big online game. It's like one of the biggest online games on Switch that is made by Nintendo, and yet it doesn't even take full advantage of the online service at all. Like, oh my man, that is ridiculous. This is bad. And then something that I found really shady is the fact that they like told us that there's going to be special offers, but yet they didn't even show us any special offers at all. Like, why did they even mention special offers if we're not going to get any special offers? Like, what's the point of that? Like, are they just trying to make us think that they're going to be like good special offers? Like, they could have at least shown us like how good these special offers would be. Like for example, they could have shown us like something like somebody's trying to buy Breath of the Wild on Nintendo eShop, but because they have the online service, they're going to get like a really good discount on it. Like, maybe they're going to get like a 25% discount or like 10% discount on this game. So go buy the Nintendo Switch online service now, so you can get these discounts for all these games or something like that. Like, they didn't even show us any of these offers, so I'm pretty sure that they didn't show us any of these offers due to the fact that, like, 1, they're not even going to be good at all. 2, they want people to think that these offers are going to be great, and they're basically making people think that they should probably buy it because the offers might be good or something. Like, I don't get why they skipped over details like this in the Nintendo Direct, like, man, people are going to get mad, especially people who are like casual gamers and stuff. Especially like it took them 2 years to make this online service, and they delayed it 1 year just so they could like improve on it, and they didn't really do a thing. Like, who says this was like a good idea? They could have done way more stuff with this online service in a year, but they were just so freaking lazy with this online service. It's like ridiculous. I am not paying for this online service day one or anything like that. I'm probably going to wait like a few weeks and see what happens. Then I might pay for it. I don't know, because I really would want to play online, especially for like games like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. When that comes out, I really would want the online service so I can actually play that online. So I'm probably never even going to think about buying it like day one or anything like that. I'm just going to see how much backlash this does get, and how many people who actually own a Switch won't pay for this thing when it comes out. And I'm going to be one of those users who will just boycott this online service for as long as possible. So yeah, Nintendo seriously needs to actually just fix this bullcrap. This is basically a paywall. I'm paying $20 more for my own internet basically. And even though we're getting actual like NES games and stuff, like what if you have an NES Classic Edition, or you have like a bunch of NES games on your Wii U, Wii, or 3DS? So you're basically not even paying for like servers or anything for a Nintendo Switch. You're just paying for Nintendo to allow you to use your own internet just so you can actually do stuff online. So that's like, oh my, I am like, oh man, this is like bad. This is like, oh, what the frick. This is like EA levels of bad. Like, EA, I swear, would do something like this if they were actually allowed to make their own, like, a service and stuff. And if they were making their own service, they probably would do something worse, like make it like $60 a year instead of $20. But either way, this is still like something that EA would do. Why is Nintendo allowing this to happen? Why are they like torturing their Nintendo Switch online service? Like, there's like no actual reason to pay except for like actual like online. And that stuff we've had for free for like over a year now. So, oh, just please stop, Nintendo. Yes, stop. So yeah, tell me your thoughts about this in the comment section below, and tell me what you think about this crappy Nintendo Switch online service. So yeah, without the waste, here, bye now.